Representative Eric Burlison and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg have, as of late, taken part in a question in Parliament that caused a lot of discussion and turmoil. The current subject, electric vehicles and their position in transportation representing things to come, has turned into a controversial problem in legislative issues, reflecting more extensive contentions over energy freedom, monetary outcomes, and ecological strategy. This argumentative conversation between two notable people features unique conclusions with respect to the reception of EVs and the hardships in making relevant public strategies. Burlison's criticisms. Eric Burlison's close examination of the path toward electric vehicles results from a rigorous review of the financial, environmental, and real-world constraints linked to this change. His comments are preventive in character, highlighting the possible drawbacks of implementing the rapid transformation to electric cars and endorsing a more deliberate and realistic approach. His main worry is the possible financial burden consumers, especially from lower-income households, may suffer from a quick move to electric cars. He noted that although EVs can save money for a very long period of time, buying an electric vehicle really costs far more than buying an average gas-powered, which is called ICE vehicle. Given this cost difference, which would exacerbate financial imbalance, a key portion of the population will most certainly be unable to afford EVs. Burlison also warned that the expenses of installing household charging stations and the possible need for electrical framework changes would prevent many families from having the choice to pay for the changeover. He also pointed out the shortcomings of the present basis for electric cars and underlined that the present arrangement of charging stations cannot sustain a far-reaching transformation to electric automobiles. Building a strong and wide charging basis calls for a lot of cash and investment. On the off chance that there is certainly not a trustworthy and effectively open organization of charging stations, clients would experience range tension, or the anxiety that their EVs would reach a dead end prior to showing up at a charging station. Burlison emphasizes that rushing the distribution of EVs without addressing these core flaws could cause great customer dissatisfaction and hinder the broader change. Burlison examined, from a natural perspective, the supposed advantages of electric cars. He noted that even if EVs produce no toxins from their exhaust, given the current climate, this is still of great importance. Particularly with the development of lithium particle batteries, massive-scale mining and handling operations that could perhaps harm the climate are needed. Burlison concentrated on the moral dilemmas presented by lithium mining, which most of the time results in worker exploitation and negative effects on the environment in developing nations. By highlighting these problems, he advised that a more thorough knowledge of the life expectancy impact is needed and that the natural benefits of EVs could be overestimated. He also questioned EVs' reliance on resource and energy. Although EVs reduce dependency on petroleum derivatives, he said that they also increase reliance on other resources, as interesting earth metals like lithium and cobalt are essential for the growth of batteries. Given that many of these assets are collected in small nations, this shift could cause fresh financial and international risks. Burlison contended that it would be wiser to have a new energy methodology rather than concentrating just on EVs, one that includes generating elective clean inventions and extending the efficiency of gas-powered motor vehicles. Burlison's study also begs important questions regarding financial flimsiness and employment cutback possibility. Especially in areas with a strong assembly base, work in the vehicle field is rather important. The switch to electric vehicles, which have different manufacturing techniques and fewer parts than gas-powered motors, may cause business losses in the traditional automotive sectors. Burlison stressed that a cautious approach comprising retraining projects and aid for employees affected by the transition is necessary to guarantee fair progress. Buttigieg's defense. Pete Buttigieg, the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, has been rather strong in terms of transition towards electric cars. He grounds his argument for EV acceptance on the necessity to address environmental change, the chances for financial growth, and the requirement of working on the national framework, focusing on the fact that the underlying problems and expenses will be outperformed by major improvements in general well-being, natural maintainability, and financial development. Buttigieg gathers his objections regarding the drawn-out benefits of converting it to electric automobiles. The core of Buttigieg's protection is his great need to solve environmental change. Changing to electric cars helps him fight a fundamental beginning phase in reducing ozone harmful substance emanations, which is a major cause of an unnatural weather change. Buttigieg makes observations in the transportation sector of one of the basic American companies producing fossil fuel byproducts. By replacing electric cars, which emit no pollutants in the fumes, with gas-powered motor vehicles, the nation may entirely advance toward its environmental targets. Remembering better air and less reliance on petroleum goods, Buttigieg argues that the welfare of the earth and people in the future depends on the ecological advantages of EVs. Since Buttigieg recognizes the need to empower the general use of electric vehicles, he has been focused on certain areas of strength for building a comprehensive EV framework. He speaks of the Biden company's goals to burn through billions of dollars running the charging station system for the country. This campaign aims to reduce range concern and increases the availability and accommodation of EV ownership for every American. Along with helping EV owners, building this foundation would provide jobs in the building, support, and fast expand reasonable energy businesses. By providing framework improvements, Buttigieg estimates that governmental authorities can help enable the progress of electric automobiles. One more pillar of Buttigieg's protection are the financial benefits of switching to electric cars. By empowering advancement and presenting fresh regions, he battles the idea that tackling EVs can help financial growth. Buttigieg emphasizes the possibility of establishing positions in EV manufacturing, regions of innovative improvement, and basic sectors. By guiding the whole market for EV developments, he advises the U.S. to ensure itself as a pioneer in clean energy and automotive development. This government can help the economy, boost products, and guarantee that American experts lead the way in the reconstruction of the automotive area. Additionally, included in Buttigieg are the drawn-out cost investment funds connected with electric vehicles, addressing the financial worries expressed by rivals like Burlison. Although EVs could initially cost more to buy, Buttigieg notes that generally they have fewer ongoing expenses than conventional cars. Since there are fewer moving components and less need for subsequent maintenance, proprietors receive an excellent bargain on support and also get a terrific deal on fuel since electricity is usually more reasonably priced than gas. Since these reserve funds can eventually change the higher forthright consumption, some consumers find EVs a financially sensible option. Buttigieg contends that extra government endowments and impulses can bridge the value gap and enthrall more people to switch entirely to electric automobiles. Also mentioned with all due respect are the advantages of reducing dependence on petroleum products for general well-being. Particularly in metropolitan areas with high degree of pollution, the switch to electric vehicles can help to improve air quality by lowering emanations from gas-powered motors. Cleaner air helps to reduce the frequency of respiratory infections, heart diseases, and other medical conditions related to bad air quality. So, what are your views on the heated debate between Eric Burlison and Pete Buttigieg that has caused chaos in Parliament? Do share your views in the comment section below. If you enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.